Today we're going to focus on some of the invasive plants. The first one I want to show you is called garlic mustard. I'm just going to pull it out of the ground so I can show you more closely. The only good thing about garlic mustard is that it's fairly easy to pull out of the ground. They don't have a super long taproot. And the other good thing is that you can eat it. It kind of smells, it's like a spicy, garlicky mustard flavor, I guess. And everything good about it ends there. They produce about 700,000 seeds per plant. They offer no benefit to any wildlife. They're kind of like that guy in high school that would go to, he just sort of took up space and he ate a lot and he didn't contribute anything to any conversation or anybody around him, and he smelled like garlic. That's this. So this will form like really dense patches if you just leave it and let it go to seed. Easy to tell this time of year where it is because of these white flowers, and you definitely want to pull it, preferably after a rainy day. And you've got to, how bad this stuff is. You just leave it on the ground, it'll just sort of work its way back into the dirt and become a new plant. So you have to bag it up, treat it like toxic waste basically. So I like to just leave black plastic bag in the sun and sort of bake it to death, and then it can be composted after that. Another one I dug up earlier is burdock. So this you'll see as these big kind of giant leaves that'll shade everything out around them. I can never get the full root, so this is about as far down. This is a tiny one. This is a bigger one to show you. So these roots go down about this deep, and then they make little thistles. And one good thing they did is they inspired Velcro. This is what the burdock seeds look like. As you can see, they'll stick to your garden gloves. So naughty. And then they pull apart. I just planted like 6 more by doing that. This next one is one of my least favorites, is multiflora rose. Multiflora is very prickly. It's very aggressive. It's kind of like a high school bully. I'm just gonna do an equivalent of just somebody I had a hard time in high school. So that's probably, this is bringing a lot of things up for me. But it's like a high school bully. It's just aggressive and prickly, and it's like has this tough exterior, but it's really just, it's compensating for not getting enough nutrients as a child or something. But yeah, this is a very small one that I pulled, so you can see what the root system looks like there. So it really just grips in the ground. It's total pain. This is one that was brought here on purpose because it makes a good living fence. And so this is what happens when you plant one as a living fence and then don't do anything about it. So I'd like to just soak the whole thing in gasoline and burn it. But instead, what we'll probably do is take a chainsaw and just cut it back. The fence will probably fall apart if we just pulled the whole thing. So what we're gonna do in this case, rather than get it out of the ground and kill it, is to simply manage it. So my idea is to basically just cut it back and then put some aggressive native plants in there. A lot of times native plants can be aggressive too, but they're not invasive. To be invasive, you have to be from somewhere else. It's funny, with invasive plants, I consider myself very progressive in terms of human politics, but I'm like almost a sort of a right-wing conservative when it comes to plants. I'm like, get these invasive plants out of my backyard. I only want native plants here. But yeah, just for the record, progressive in the human world. We've got another enemy here. This is maybe the worst one of all. This is Oriental Bittersweet. Oriental Bittersweet is like a twisted politician that worked its way in here and convinced everybody that it was nice. People still make wreaths out of it because you can see how it has like pretty red berries in the wintertime, and so people say, "Ooh, this is so nice," and they make a wreath. And Judy, you're making a wreath out of dynamite for your native ecosystem, just so you know. So it twists its way around things, and it will literally just cut off the circulation and strangle trees and shrubs to death. So we've got this beautiful mixture here of multiflora and bittersweet, and they're kind of fighting each other to the death, which is fine. But we're gonna cut the whole thing out and do our best to get rid of it.